right, thanks very much. Welcome into the show, everybody. A lot to talk about tonight as the Auburn Tigers basketball team opened their season last night with an exhibition tilt against Oklahoma State in Birmingham at Boutwell Auditorium, and the Tigers dropped that one in overtime. Keyshawn Hall with a big game, a lot of points there at the end. So we'll talk about that a little bit. And, of course, football as the Tigers entertain Missouri this weekend, still looking for win number one in the SEC with all the controversy this week. Kevin Fichtner, Mr. Auburn, joining us from the Plains. Kevin, a lot to talk about. Interesting ball game to watch last night, basketball game. Keyshawn Hall, as we mentioned, quite a performance. He looks like a big guy. He's got some size. He can handle the ball. He can get to the basket a little bit. But what did you think? The Tigers were, I thought, a little lacking of urgency on defense maybe early in the game. They picked it up later.
That is correct. Yeah. It's great to have basketball back, by the way, first and foremost, because we've been kind of dealing with the football. It's good to have something to distract us from football for in the middle of the week. But yeah, Keyshawn played great last night. I got to get familiar with the new players, with the new names, but he had a heck of a game. I mean, he had 26 points in 25 minutes. He scored the last 7 points in regulation in the first 5 in overtime for Auburn. So we were leaning on him pretty heavily last night in his first game as an Auburn Tiger. But we had 4 guys in double figures. Tahad, he didn't shoot the greatest, but he still had 17 points, kind of led the offense. And new guy Elijah Freeman, he had 16 points. He looked good throughout the game. And then Kevin Overton from Texas Tech, that transfer, he had 15 points. So we had, guys that could score points. Scoring wasn't the issue last night, but like you said, the defense, I mean, we gave up close to 100 points. It was overtime, but it was still around 85, 87 at the end of regulation. So we got to tighten up some things on defense. Exhibition game, I'm sure. Stephen Pearl, first time seeing his guys in action and against a pretty darn good Oklahoma State team, as we found out. And he probably got a lot of positives to take from that. Mainly the scoring. We can pretty much score when we wanted to. It wasn't the offense that maybe we want to see where it's a lot of motion and screens. It's a lot of one-on-one from what we saw. Pass out, kick in, shoot, dunk, whatever it might be. But those are things that they can work on and get better at. We have one more exhibition in Atlanta against Memphis, and then it starts for real in early November. But for all in all, I thought it was a great game to watch. It was exciting there towards the end, and seeing Stephen Bruce Pearl on the bench, rooting and standing up, wanting some calls, but he's on the bench. He's one of us now. He's a spectator, so it was fun to see him not on the sideline and seeing Stephen, his reaction to everything, how it went on throughout the game.
Right on the front row there, wasn't he?
Yeah, with the Commissioner Sankey. Hopefully he had a chance to talk to him about those refs, the refs we've had this season in football. I don't know.
Yeah, slide him a little $100 bill or something, maybe
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. But I think you're right. That is basketball today. I think they spread them out, they shoot the three, or they drive it. I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's just the way basketball is today. And as you mentioned, we've got Memphis coming up at State Farm Arena, I think, in Atlanta in a few days. But on to football, I guess. A lot of controversy last week in the Georgia game. A lot of controversy this week with Damari Austin. Still people talking about Hugh Freeze. It looks like maybe Billy Napier is close to getting the axe in Florida. And is Hugh Freeze close to that as well? It doesn't seem quite as close, but what kind of read do you get on it?
Doug, I don't know. He had 2 weeks to prep for Georgia, and that scripted drive to begin the game against Georgia was great. Whatever they did and worked on, it fooled Georgia. They weren't expecting it. It was a great first quarter, first half for the most part for Auburn. But sad thing is, I think everybody in that stadium knew. Once we got to 10-10, we weren't going to win that game, and that's sad because we haven't won a game in many years of note against good teams. And it's the crowd, the vibe, the players even mentioned it, with that whole fumble thing. We kind of lost, I don't know if we lost focus, but everyone in the stadium kind of felt that, man, there goes our chance to beat Georgia,
Yeah.
and it happened. We couldn't do squat. Typical second half stuff for Auburn, third and fourth quarter. We couldn't move the ball. We weren't innovative. We weren't trying to do anything. Now we did, miss a play here or there that maybe could have flipped things, but we just look bad. But why, we script the drive, we script the plays for the first drive. Why can't we do that script again throughout the game and just run variations off of it? We just looked stale in the second half. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't move the ball. I was there. The fans were there. I mean, we wanted to get behind this team. The swag surf. Cam was there. I mean, baseball players were there. I mean, Chipper Jones. Everybody was there. Charles, Bo Jackson. But we couldn't get that signature win for Hugh Freeze on a Saturday night in Jordan-Hare. I mean, we used to be a tough place to play. It was haunted by, as Nick Saban said, but now people come in and it might be tough, but they know they can win. We have Missouri this Saturday, big team that they have. This is our first road game of the season. They've played 6 straight games at home, coming off a loss to Bama, a close game for them. It'd be nice if we can get a win Saturday night. Might be our last night game of the year. And, Missouri's a good team. We'll see what we can do with, Damari Alston left midweek. And I guess, I don't know the controversy behind that. Hugh didn't want to give him a red shirt. He wanted a red shirt. I don't know what's going on, but as far as the coaching carousel, like you said, I don't think we're ready to get rid of Hugh just yet. But if he keeps losing, they're going to put pressure on us to make a decision. Penn State already made that call. Florida could be making that call. They probably have more NIL money, more money to give to coaches than us. Who might we get if they get other coaches? We're going to get third or fourth, in line as far as who's out there. I don't know. Maybe we keep Hugh, but he needs to get a signature win. Missouri in past years has not been much of a threat to us, but it'd be nice to get a win in Jordan-Hare for Hugh Saturday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting ball game. I hope it's the same atmosphere as last week. I'm not sure it will be. And speaking of the coaching carousel, a lot of people are talking about Drinkowitz maybe moving on from Missouri after this year. So we'll see what happens if he can get a win over Auburn and finish out the season strong. Maybe he moves on as well. Maybe he comes to Auburn even. Who knows? But anyway, a good place to discuss all this, Kevin, as you know, is Big Mike's Steakhouse, where we like to go. I was looking at the salads for this weekend. The weather's going to be a little bit warmer. Maybe the tiger shrimp salad looks good this weekend. Of course, I always enjoy when I'm in Auburn, and I'll be in Auburn this weekend. That Shug Jordan strip steak, New York strip, is always good. And I don't know, maybe a little topping on there this weekend as well.
Yeah, it's always good to go to Big Mike's. And once again, Saturday night game, you can go during the day, park there, enjoy a tasty beverage, fill your belly with steak, shrimp, salad, bread, desserts, whatever it might be. And then, you can watch lots of other games during your time there if you go to Big Mike's, because they have plenty of big screens and plenty of TVs to watch. And then you can walk your way to Jordan-Hare and have a full belly and see what we do from there against Missouri.
It is always great food and great entertainment. As you mentioned, the televisions to watch football. That chop burger, the Angus sirloin is really good. They've got salads, sandwiches, steaks. They got the best steak in town. There's no question about it. If that's what you're looking for, go by and see them. BigMikeSteakhouse.com this weekend before the game. All right, Kevin, good to talk. Hopefully an Auburn win. Give me a quick prediction before we close out the first segment here.
Doug, I can't pick Auburn right now. I'm going to go Missouri 24, Auburn 17. And we lose again in Jordan-Hare at night, and we'll see what happens. I just can't trust this offense right now. Defense is still playing really good, but I can't trust our offense. They're not putting up numbers. They're not scoring points. So I'm going Missouri. Yeah. I hate to say it. Mr. Auburn is saying Missouri is going to win, but until they prove me wrong, I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says Missouri.
Got to get that passing game going and get a little bit more than 40 in the second half this weekend. All right, Kevin, good to visit. War Eagle, we'll see you soon, and enjoy the game this weekend.
War Eagle, Doug.